The morning call starts right now, and we begin in the Democratic Republic of Congo. The first authorized mass rally by the Democratic Republic of Congo's opposition in nearly 2 years passed off peacefully on Tuesday in a context of political tensions months ahead of a key presidential election on December the 23rd. Thousands of members and supporters of the Union for Democracy and Social Progress gathered in the capital, Kinshasa, to hear their leader, Felix Tshisekedi, outline some of the party's electoral aims. The rally was given the go-ahead by authorities despite a ban on public gatherings in April last year. But it should be noted that recent months have seen a crackdown on several opposition protests that even led to the loss of lives. Party officials indicate that Tuesday's rally represented a new beginning for the party, dubbing it a rally of hope and truth.
Yes, Lynette, because the party activists have high expectations. Now, during this meeting, Felix Tshisekedi outlined his program, such as the fight against corruption or the emphasis that will be placed on education if he wins the presidential election. But beyond these election promises, we'll now see if Tshisekedi will succeed in rallying as much as his father, a historic figure in the opposition who died in February 2017. In any case, the coming months will be decisive for the Congolese opposition, who have eyes fixed on the elections.
Kabuya is the party's National Secretary of Communication. He joins us now from DR Congo's capital, Kinshasa. Thanks very much for joining us in the program today, Mr. Kabuya. So the UDPS party held its first public rally under Felix Tshisekedi, and it was seen as a new beginning for the party, even calling it a rally of hope and truth. Can we know why?
Vous savez très bien qu'après la mort de notre président...
You know very well that after the death of our late president, Dr. Etienne Tshisekedi, no one had any faith in the continued existence of the party, nor in the ability of this political group to mobilize. Now in Kinshasa, no one could imagine, no one could expect that the UDPS was able to mobilize this huge crowd. And the UDPS could still give hope to the Congolese population. And the UDPS was able to do something after the late Dr. Etienne Tshisekedi. There was a covert campaign in almost all the media where some journalists were paid by certain politicians to taint the image of our new president, and that is Felix Tshisekedi. And now we have just demonstrated to the world people who have to rethink their calculation before saying anything. That is why this meeting was called the Meeting of Truth, where everyone was able to understand the strength of the party.
Well, Mr. Kabuya, this rally was also seen as a test for Felix Tshisekedi on his ability to gather and mobilize party activists as the new party leader. Well, did he measure up to that?
Your question is very relevant, but the images speak for themselves. Monday is a working day when every Congolese is supposed to be at his place of work. But Mr. Felix Tshisekedi proved otherwise. There is a football match of the great team, the Renaissance, and everyone knows that when Renaissance plays, almost everyone attends. But it was the opposite. Mr. Felix Tshisekedi and the UDPS showed the world that the party is still UDPS and there's nothing to comment on that. I appeal to some people who continued to underestimate the party after the death of the late Dr. Tshisekedi that UDPS is able to change things even after his death.
Well, Mr. Kabuya, this was the first public gathering of the UDPS that was authorized by the Kinshasa authorities since 2016. So was the truce signed 3 days earlier with the government part of the agreement to repatriate the remains of the late Etienne Tshisekedi decisive in obtaining this authorization to make this rally a success?
When you read the constitution of our country, from the first article to the last, nowhere is there any mention of authorization. Above all, if the government in power had taken the decision to prevent this meeting, It could have been a big mistake that this government has never made since its existence. First of all, the 24th of April is a historic day for democracy in our country. This is the 28th anniversary of the liberalization of the political space in our country. And at my level, I couldn't see how the regime could go against the current with that date.
Well, we have to leave it at that, Mr. Kabuya, but thank you very much for your contribution in the program.